What's good, people? It's Ty here. Big up for tuning in. Today we're going to be looking at how art pieces influence certain shots. But today the movie is Heat. I'll try and behave myself and not give away too many spoilers, but we're going to go through just one shot and see what it symbolizes, what it means. So this is the scene that we'll be watching. So we see, so we've got Neil, who's the main character. We'll pan up. But we have him look out into the ocean. So this is the scene. As simple as it looks, there's a lot of meaning behind it. So we have Neil, who is a criminal, you'd say. He's doing his last heist, and after his last heist, he's going to retire. But he has the heat of a cop, a detective that's constantly on him, and is constantly on his case. Neil met a woman. He's kind of weighing out the pros and cons of, should I stay with his life, do what I do, this is all I know, or should I go away with this woman? But the thing with him, he has this kind of stone heart, I would say. He doesn't like being emotionally vulnerable. Neil embodies this philosophy that is probably one of the most famous quotes within the film. And it is, don't let yourself get attached to anything that you're not willing to walk away from in 30 seconds if you don't feel the heat around the corner. So this shot highlights the internal dilemma that he's having, whether he should stick with his criminal ways or should he go against his values and move on with this lady he met and completely become emotionally vulnerable and just live a whole different life. So if we look closer to where Michael Mann, the director of Heat, found inspiration for this shot, we'll look at this painting called The Pacific by Alex Colville. As you can see already, you can see the comparisons. You got the gun in the foreground, you got obviously the guys in the background, apologies, and then you obviously have this kind of windowsill here too, as well as the ocean. We got the gun in the foreground, and we have the ocean in the background. So the gun obviously represents his kind of violent nature, you know, his criminal essence, whereas the ocean represents calm, tranquility, peace, freedom. And as you can see, he's facing towards it, and his back is behind the gun, which represents that he wants to go into the direction of freedom and peace, but at the same time, he's still got this violent past behind him. And the thing is, even though his back is turned towards the gun, it's in the foreground. And initially, when we look at photos and we see things in the foreground and things that are in focus, means that the things that are most important to him. So this represents that no matter how bad he wants freedom and peace, he's constantly being called back to this gun. One thing I really love in this photo, which kind of emphasizes how he's kind of trapped, he's stuck with the kind of violent nature, the criminal essence, is that we have the windows here. We notice that the doors aren't open, they're closed. So it almost looks like a kind of prison where he's like looking out from the inside, trying to get out, which I love. And it's the same thing here. As you notice, look, the character here, he's stuck behind the window. He's not in front of it, he's behind it. Again, emphasizing that they're kind of stuck, they're trapped. If we dive our attention closer to the movie scene, right, the first thing we notice is this kind of blue kind of tone, this coloring. And the one thing I like is that although Neil is a very kind of stern, serious character, and we don't see much emotion from him, the color that the director used allows us to really kind of sense what he's feeling. As we know, blue represents sadness, represents kind of guilt, discomfort, loneliness. And seeing him like this really gives the viewers a sense of understanding. We feel closer to him as a character and begin to understand him more. So I want to pay more close attention to the painting itself. So at the bottom here, we got tiles in the shape of hexagons. So when we look at a hexagon, it kind of looks like a flower. It's got the same kind of structural shape as a flower. And what do flowers represent? Blossom, change, right? So when we think about the idea of change, in this picture, in this painting, it may represent that this character is probably changing, leaving a life of crime behind to a life of peace and freedom. But whereas in the film, we don't really see that. There's no element of change. The character kind of stays the same. And we wonder, although the character seems to be savvy and smart and, very intelligently criminally minded, we start to question, is he really as smart as he thinks? Is he really going to sacrifice his kind of love, a new life, a new kind of journey where he doesn't have to worry about anything? He has the pressure of the police off of him to just do one more job. So really question, is he really as smart as he thinks? So guys, that was a brief analysis of shots in movies inspired by artwork. More to come soon, and I'll see you guys in the next video.